History Lesson 1. Outbreak of World War I and its aftermath. What were the three major empires shattered by the end of First World War? Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottomans. Which country emerged as the strongest in East Asia towards the close of 19th century? Japan. Who said, imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism? Lenin. What is the Battle of Marne remembered for? Trench warfare. To which country did the first Secretary-General of League of Nations belong? Britain. Which country was expelled from the League of Nations for attacking Finland? Russia. History Lesson 2. The world between two world wars. With whom of the following was the Lateran Treaty signed by Italy? Pope. With whose conquest did the Mexican civilization collapse? Hernan Cortes. Who made Peru as part of their dominions? Spaniards. Which president of the USA pursued the good neighbor policy towards Latin America? Roosevelt. Which part of the world disliked dollar imperialism? Latin America. History Lesson 3. World War II. When did the Japanese formally sign off their surrender? 2nd September 1945. Who initiated the formation of League of Nations? Woodrow Wilson. Where was the Japanese Navy defeated by the US Navy? Battle of Midway. Where did the US drop its first atomic bomb? Hiroshima. Who were mainly persecuted by Hitler? June. Which Prime Minister of England who signed the Munich Pact with Germany? Chamberlain. When was the Charter of the UN signed? 26 June 1945. Where is the headquarters of the International Court of Justice located? The Hague. History Lesson 4. The world after World War II. Which American president followed the policy of containment of communism? Truman. When was People's Political Consultative Conference held in China? September 1949. The United States and European allies formed to resist any Soviet aggression in Europe. NATO. Who became the chairman of the PLO's Executive Committee in 1969? Yasser Arafat. When was North and South Vietnam united? 1976. When was the Warsaw Pact dissolved? 1991. History Lesson 5. Social and religious reform movements in the 19th century. In which year was sati abolished? 1829. What was the name of the Samaj founded by Dayanand Saraswati? Arya Samaj. Whose campaign and work led to the enactment of Widow Remarriage Reform Act of 1856? Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Whose voice was Rast Gofter? Parsi movement. Who was the founder of Namdhari movement? Baba Ram Singh. Who was the founder of Widow Remarriage Association? M.G. Ranade. Who was the author of the book Satyartha Prakash? Dayanand Saraswati. Geography. Lesson 1. India location, relief and drainage. The north-south extent of India is 3,214 kilometers. Dash River is known as Sorrow of Bihar. Kosi. A landmass bounded by sea on three sides is referred to as peninsula. The Pak Strait and Gulf of Mannar separates India from Sri Lanka. The highest peak in South India is Anamudi. Dash plains are formed by the older alluviums. Bhangar. Pulicat Lake is located between the states of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Geography Lesson 2. Climate and natural vegetation of India. Western disturbances cause rainfall in Punjab. Dash helps in quick ripening of mangoes along the coast of Kerala and Karnataka. Mango showers. Dash is a line joining the places of equal rainfall. ISO heights. Climate of India is labelled as tropical monsoon climate. The monsoon forests are otherwise called as deciduous forest. Sesatchalam Hills, a biosphere reserve, is situated in Andhra Pradesh. Dash is not a part of the World Network Biosphere Reserves of UNESCO. Kutch. Geography Lesson 3. India, Agriculture. The soil which is rich in iron oxides is red. Which of the following organization has divided the Indian soils into 8 major groups? Indian Council of Agricultural Research. The soils formed by the rivers are alluvial soils. Dash is the highest gravity dam in India. Bhakra Nangal Dam. Dash is a cash crop. Cotton. Black soils are also called as Rigur soils. The longest dam in the world is Hirakud Dam. Which crop is called as golden fiber in India? Jute. Geography Lesson 5. India, population, transport, communication, and trade. The scientific study of different aspects of population is called demography. Dash transport provides door-to-door services. Roadways. The length of Golden Quadrilateral superhighways in India is 5,846 kilometers. The National Remote Sensing Center NRSC is located at Hyderabad. The transport useful in the inaccessible areas is airways. Which of the following is associated with helicopter services? Pavan Hans. The major import item of India is petroleum. Civics Lesson 1. Indian Constitution. Which of the following sequences is right regarding the preamble? Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. How many times has the preamble to the Constitution of India amended? Once. A foreigner can acquire Indian citizenship through naturalization. Find the odd one out. Right to property. One of the following is not an instance of an exercise of a fundamental right. Parents' property is inherited by their children. Which one of the following rights was described by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar as the heart and soul of the Constitution? Right to constitutional remedies. How can the fundamental rights be suspended? If the President orders it during the national emergency. We borrowed the fundamental duties from the Russian Constitution. Under which article financial emergency can be proclaimed? Article 360. Which of the following committees or commissions made recommendations about the center-state relations? 1 and 2. Sarkaria Commission and Raj Mannar Committee. Civics Lesson 2. Central Government. The constitutional head of the Union is the President. Who among the following decides whether a bill is a money bill or not? Speaker of Lok Sabha. The Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. What is minimum age laid down for a candidate to seek election to the Lok Sabha? 25 years. The authority to alter the boundaries of state in India rests with Parliament. Under which article the President is vested with the power to proclaim financial emergency? Article 360. The Chief Justice and other judges of the Supreme Court are appointed by the President. Civics Lesson 3. State Government. The Governor of the state is appointed by the President. The Speaker of a state is a none of these. Which among the following is not one of the powers of the governor? Diplomatic. Who can nominate one representative of the Anglo-Indian community to the state legislative assembly? The governor. The governor does not appoint judges of the High Court. The State Council of Ministers is headed by the Chief Minister. The minimum age for the membership of the Legislative Council is 30 years. Which one of the following states does not possess a bicameral legislature? Tamil Nadu. The high courts in India were first started at Calcutta, Bombay, Madras. Which of the following states have a common high court? Punjab and Haryana. Economics Lesson 1. Gross Domestic Product and its growth. GNP equals GDP plus net property income from abroad. National income is a measure of total value of goods and services. Primary sector consists of agriculture. Dash approach is the value added by each intermediate good is summed to estimate the value of the final good. Value added approach. Gross value added at current prices for services sector is estimated at 92.26 lakh crore. India is dash larger producer in agricultural product. Second, India's life expectancy at birth is 65 years. Which one is a trade policy? Import and export policy. Economics Lesson 2. Globalization and trade. Who is the head of the World Trade Organization? Director General. Colonial advent in India. Portuguese, Danish, Dutch, French, English. GUT's first round held in Geneva. India signed the Dunkel Proposal in 1994. Who granted the English Golden Fireman in 1632? Sultan of Golconda. Foreign Investment Policy, FIP, was announced in July to August 1991. Economics Lesson 3. Food Security and Nutrition. Buffer stock is the stock of food grains, namely wheat and rice, procured by the government through the FCI. Which is correct? 1. HYV, high-yielding varieties. 2. MSP, minimum support price. 3. PDS, public distribution system. 4. FCI, Food Corporation of India. All are correct. Dash extended assistance through its Public Law 480. United States of America. Dash Revolution was born in India, paving way for self-sufficiency in food grain production. Green Revolution. Dash is the only state in India to adopt universal PDS. Tamil Nadu. Dash is the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. Nutrition.